Howdy all. So, I'm off to Aspen. I've just flown from Norwich to Schiphol and I'm now heading to the plane. It's going to be a long journey. It's basically Norwich to Schiphol to Detroit to Denver. Then a 4-hour drive from Denver to Aspen. But yeah. Anyway, I just checked out the KLM business class lounge and it's pretty pants. I'm not a fan of BA, but the BA lounge is way better. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. I quite like KLM. I'm about to miss my flight. My last boarding is in 12 minutes time and I've got a 5-minute walk, so I've cut this a bit short. Yeah, anyway, see you in a bit. Just been selected for an extra check. I don't know what it is. I think I may be dodgy looking, but I'm always selected for an extra check. It's my weird looking face and yeah. Suffice to say, I have no explosives on me. You just gotta love America. Making a pancake and a waffle. Honestly, if anyone here has a restaurant or a hotel, you absolutely need these. Just trying to find my car. 413, wherever 413 is. Hey! Subaru Outback, all-wheel drive. Never driven a Subaru before. Cool, so this is my little wagon to Aspen. Howdy all, Siam here for the obligatory standard snowing, skiing selfie. Currently 11,300 feet altitude and it is unreal. You can literally see for hundreds of miles and the piste is so darn wide. Completely different to French skiing, but yeah. Anyway, see you in a bit. So I'm really not making this up, but this is probably the best skiing I've ever done in terms of the piste. It's unreal. Like, it's so damn wide. And the snow feels completely different to France. It's like way grippier. It's just nuts. I'm having so much fun, it's ridiculous. Right, I need to straight line this. So I just wanted a little ice cream, just 2 scoops of ice cream, and I thought, hey, ice cream shop. This is 2 little scoops of ice cream in America. This is just insane. Damn it, I missed the fall. Dan Bradbury. Where are you from? On the Mongmobile. Oh, nice. This is Dan Bradbury getting the Mongmobile down. So, I bought a whole bunch of food in case we're here for hours. Hungry. And Dan is about to pay a stupid amount of money for stitches. Yeah.
It helps that I blame you.
This is all going on YouTube. What's the cost, have you asked?
No. She did ask if I had insurance though, and I was like, no.
Nope.
I've got $3.
Yep, I'm gonna have me some atomic dragon turds. Ice cream sandwich. It's a cookie dough cookie with ice cream in between. Howdy all, so time for an obligatory skiing selfie. Just over my shoulder is Aspen Airport. I've never seen such a tiny airport filled with so many private jets. I counted about probably 300 million, maybe $400 million worth of private jet over there. It's unreal the amount of wealth over in Aspen. I was chatting with a local, and he said that the population of Aspen is around 10,000 people, as in permanent population. But 90% of the CEOs of the S&P 500 have houses here in Aspen, which is just nuts. And I spoke to a few other locals, and they all said, yeah, the billionaires have chased the millionaires out of the way, and it's nuts. So yeah, I'm here on Buttermilk. This is one of the resorts in Aspen. This is pretty much how busy the runs are. Oh, there's two people there. It's crazy. I'm used to skiing in France where like you have to queue up for like 20 minutes just to get on a lift. The thing I wanted to talk about today is the 40,000 hour rule. And I've got lots of friends who started out in business at pretty much exactly the same time as me. And they've done all the same free seminars, the business workshops, and you know, they've bought and they've most likely read all the same books, etc. And one of my mates was asking me the other day why, you know, like he was like, dude, why are you like there and I'm like here? So long story short, there's a bit of a gap between where my business is now, or businesses are now, and where his business is right now. I remembered my 40,000 hour rule. Now, I got this from observing my dad's friends. So my dad is a baby boomer, he's about 70 odd years old, and he's been running a restaurant for 36 odd years. It's like the Thailand restaurant in Norwich. Awesome food. It's like the first Thai restaurant in East Anglia. Been running for like 35 years or so, something. And all of my dad's business-like friends are retired, and they ended up retiring around sort of 50 to 60. So a lot sooner than what the national average is. And a lot of my dad's mates were like one-man bands. So they were plumbers, electricians, builders, just a one-man band basically, or a nano business with, you know, a member of staff, like a PA or something like that. I asked my dad, how long did it take for, you know, Dan to retire? Because I think one of my dad's friends is called Dan, and he retired when he was like 58. And he was like, oh, I don't know, about 20 years or so, blah, blah, blah. So I did some rough calculations, and it turns out that a lot of my dad's business-like mates all retired after spending about 40,000 hours of work time in their business, which is interesting. And I've analysed a few other people who've managed to semi-retire or retire, or at least financial independence. And it doesn't really falter that far away from 40,000 hours of work into one business. So I was saying to my mate, I was like, dude, I think the main reason is that you're not using leverage, because it's just you are spending 40, maybe 60 hours a week in your business, but every year that's, like, you're never going to be spending more than 40, 60 hours a week. And so I said, how about trying to grow the business a bit and get 4 members of staff? And if you do the maths and you have 4 members of staff all doing 40 hours a week, and you do 40 hours a week, on average you'll hit your 40,000 hours between 4 to 5 years. This really rough rule of thumb sort of like is basically saying that if you want to semi-retire or get financial independence within 4 to 5 years, you basically need a business, and you need 5 humans or 5 people working in that business 40 hours a week. Now, the caveat to that is if you embrace automation. So what you can do is basically automate some systems or things in your business that effectively simulate a human's worth or work, if that makes sense. So yeah, just have a little think of that. And when I analyze my own businesses, it's interesting. It's all about leverage. And as the director, you should only be doing one or a couple of things. You should only be doing things that a director should be doing, which is building, hiring, recruiting, and building a team of. Building a team. You should be looking for joint ventures, JVs. You should be looking to raise capital, to, you know, to scale the business if you have something that is working. Things like that. So if you're thinking about doing anything other than those director type stuff, you need to try and learn to outsource. And I guess the best example of leverage I can think of is, my mate. So I have a friend of a friend who, and the friend is like the chalet host or the chalet manager of one of Richard Branson's chalets in France. And this is, I don't know if there's much, there's probably a fair bit of Chinese whispers in this little fable here, but it's saying that one day there was Richard and this chalet manager on a ski lift, just like this, on the way up to the mountain, and apparently there was like some Australian tennis open or something, and Richard's favourite tennis player was going to be playing later that day, and Richard saw like a bunch of people in fancy dress, like as boxers. Apparently they're all like Muhammad Ali, and he was like, wouldn't it be cool if whatever this tennis player came onto the court in a big boxing, you know, dressing gown with gloves which had Virgin all over it. And apparently the friend who was the manager was like, yeah, that would be pretty cool. And Branson apparently got his phone, wait 1 minute, got his phone out and called someone and basically explained the idea and said, wouldn't it be cool? Lo and behold, later that day, the tennis player came on with the Virgin merchandise or whatever. That is ultimate leverage. That is like, yeah. So I think, I don't know how factual that story is, but I like it. And I always keep it in the back of my head. Look at that view. Yeah, I'm getting near the top of the lift, and my stupid headphones are broken, so I'm gonna have to ski down in silence. Okay, so this seems to be a little mini freestyle park. Ooh, what's that little donut thing? Oh fuck. That's it. 6 days of skiing, all gone. I am hooped. So I was just chatting with a few people on the bus, and I'm like pretty much in the middle of Aspen here, and I was wondering about how expensive the house prices were here, because you see these houses, they're nothing spectacular. And I was wondering, like, how much is the average house like that? Average house like that is about $5 to $10 million. It's absolutely unreal, and these houses are not big. It's crazy. Like you're saying, like that White House there would be something like $10 million. Wow. They're not even that deep. Saw this is a hire car here. A lot of people don't like American cars, but come on, this is sexy. I don't even know what it is. Corvette. Oh man, that's beautiful.